A curse spoken from anger can fade. A curse spoken from envy can break. But a curse born from injustice, that kind of weight settles into the ground itself. When someone is condemned unfairly, their last words don't disappear into the air. They linger, and sometimes they scar the land. In the early settlement days, one mountain town faced a panic. A well had turned bitter. Some people grew sick. Someone had to be blamed. The accusation fell on a woman who lived at the edge of town. No trial, no evidence, just whispers turning into certainty. They dragged her to a massive oak tree at the ridgeline. The rope was thrown over a branch. As the noose tightened around her neck, she spoke one last sentence. She cursed the men who condemned her, promised their bloodlines would wither like autumn corn after the frost. The men laughed. They believed the rope had finished the story. But the years that followed told something different. One by one, the families of those men met strange ends, accidents, illness, children lost young. Within 50 years, their names were gone from the town, and the oak tree remained. The ground around it turned strangely barren. Grass refused to grow there, and on windy nights, locals swore they could hear the slow creak of a rope against the bark. Fun fact, across Appalachian folklore, certain trees became known as curse trees. These were places tied to executions, violent disputes, or wrongful deaths. Even generations later, people avoided cutting these trees down, not out of superstition alone, but out of respect, because harming a tree tied to injustice was believed to stir the memory of what happened there. And memory in the mountains is something people prefer to leave undisturbed. The truest curses don't come from spellbooks. They come from injustice. When the living refuse to give someone justice, the balance of the world doesn't simply forget, it shifts. The land absorbs the story, and sometimes the dead finish the work the courts refuse to begin, because the earth remembers the blood it drank. So if the wind through the branches sounds like a rope swinging slowly, don't look up. Look down, look back at the history of the ground you're standing on. Until next time, stay curious and always, always stay haunted.